Somebody called out my spectrum too. How they knew?
Oh, you jumping struggling?
Who said that? Nah, it just started tripping this. You know what? I ain't gonna speak that into existence. But T-Dog McGraw talking shit. But we back. We back, baby. August 15th, 2022. Another episode of the Man to Man Pod. A mild reaction Monday after the week one of preseason. I'm on half of the pod, Darius Butler. Got my co-host Antoine Bethea.
Was good.
Yes, sir. How was your weekend, man?
Man, weekend was good. Got to I actually went down to Cleveland for a couple of days, man. Tapped into some former players.
Okay.
So a good time, man. A lot of good information. Good bonding. So it was a good weekend.
Yeah, man. I saw weekend was good, man. Weekend was solid. Time with the family, time with the kids. It was good. I actually got a chance to golf a little bit.
Okay.
Do this weekend.
What the swing talking about?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know, it ain't. We talked about it a few weeks back about being more consistent. I haven't been. I have been, working out more. I've been consistent on my Spanish. I'm 10 days in, 10 days straight right now.
Give me something, Paul. Give me something. Let me hear something.
Nah, I can't. Come on, you can't put me on the spot. I can't put me on the spot like that.
I'm giving you some easy. Como se llama?
Come on, man.
Hey.
Dario. Nah, hold on. 10 days in, no. But I get embarrassed when my Spanish sound.
Hey, nah, you can't be embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? We got to start somewhere.
A little embarrassed, man, but I'm getting to it though. But good weekend though, man. But I think this happened Thursday, maybe Friday. The Howard Jew Jordan commercial drop. See my dog in the commercial. I remember you told us a while back you was doing something you couldn't really tell us about, man. How all that came together, man.
Man. So
suit was clean, fit was clean.
You got to step out
back.
there.
The fundamentals was.
Hey, the fundamentals. I'm a slinger. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get it done. You know what I mean? I get the ball there. But nah, it was collaboration with Howard University and the Jordan brand. A 20-year partnership, and it's something that 20-year partnership. Something that shout out to the AD Kerry Davis, man. Been working on, so definitely was able to bring it together. This will be with the football and the basketball team. So it was dope, man. Just the shoot was dope. Just having some alumni come back, having the band, the coaches, the teams, and everything.
It was hard.
Man, that was big. That's big. That'll be big for recruiting. That'll be big for a bunch of things. And for me, I'm just waiting for my gear.
I was about to say,
hey,
y'all got some tough colors too. I already know y'all gonna have it. Ooh.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna hit Tone and tell them to put it in the put it in here. So more talking about work commercial. We gonna put it in there. We gonna put it up here, but that's gonna be big for the Mecca, man.
And what was y'all rocking when you was there? Y'all Russell?
And Russell. But the crazy thing about it is that we were in talks with Jordan Brand my junior year. That's when MJ was playing with the Wizards. That's when he came to DC.
Okay.
Playing with the Wizards, and we was in talks, but kind of fell through. From what information that I was getting, but I'm happy for Howard, man. Happy for Howard and Jumpman brand, man. I think it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be big.
Yeah, that's dope collaboration, man. Now Howard, y'all got in that Jordan brand. Now we need something to shake down here with the U, man. We gotta get out of this Adidas ASAP.
Man, just get them boys back in them Nikes, man. Get them in the Nikes, man. Like I promise you that's gonna give them 3 games for sure.
Easy.
3 games. And I know this is probably like our 4th or 5th time saying that on this pod.
It's gotta happen.
Somebody's gonna listen. Somebody's gonna take heed, get them boys out of them Adidas and get that check back.
Because it seemed like they're doing everything else right. But But yeah, we gotta get them boys right, man. But shout out to Howard, man, the Mecca. That was dope. That was dope to see. What we gonna get into today, man? Obviously a big weekend, the real first weekend for the entire NFL as far as preseason games go. Got to see a lot of action, a lot of new faces in new places. Obviously starting with the quarterback position, Matt Ryan. Saw him in the Indy jersey for the first time. Baker Mayfield took the field with the ones for the Carolina Panthers.
Seahawks.
Trey Lance, Seahawks.
Seahawks got their battle with their two quarterbacks.
Yep.
So it's a lot of stuff that you can. We sit back on the media side now, but even as players, it's like, okay, we go in, we get our couple plays, but then it's like you sit back and you looking at the younger guys, like, young guys go out there, put some good film out there, and kind of this is what it is, what are we looking forward to as the regular season, comes up. So it was a lot of good football, and obviously, we keep it going this weekend.
Absolutely. But shoot, man, we're gonna hit this intro for y'all. Obviously, throw some stuff in the chat, questions, comments, concerns, for the next 50-something minutes. Obviously, gonna have some fun, a lot to talk about. See y'all on the other side.
Yes.
Yo.
Here we go. Man, and the top 100, that list.
They dropped that, 50 of them last night?
Yeah, like they behind schedule or something.
So the boy, somebody was in there, oh shit, we're supposed to start this 3 days ago.
Right.
Drop them joints, man. We got Monday tomorrow. We got to drop these before these Monday shows start. But we're gonna talk about those too. It was definitely some surprises on there for me, at least. Some head scratchers. Some we talked about it sometimes. When a captain gets announced that the team didn't vote for. But we know how the vote process goes as far as these lists go. So we may talk about that a little bit more. But let's start with these preseason games, man. Which one you want to start with, man?
Let's start with our Colts, man. Let's start with our Colts. Like you said, was able to see Matt Ryan in a Colts jersey for the first time, lead the team out. And, before, I think it was Thursday show, you kind of mentioned that, Frank came out and said, the starters are going to be out there for a quarter.
And they were.
Yeah, what was your first impression on the team, man? First Matt Ryan. I know another big position, huge position we talk about a lot when it comes to the Colts, like the receivers. Like what was your first take on our Indianapolis Colts?
It's week 1 preseason, so you don't want to overreact, obviously. But unfortunately, it was kind of what I expected to some extent. Obviously, it's going to be pretty simple. It's going to be pretty vanilla in the preseason. So the players are kind of going to know what's coming. But it's about, talent. Like, you're going to be running slant routes, curl routes, whatever.
Yeah.
But can you win? Can you create separation? Can you make catches, make plays? And that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see, especially from your starters. And I think the Bills, I don't think they played majority of their starters. So just saw a lack of separation being created by the young wideouts. And that's what Matt, I've been saying this literally from the beginning, from the point when Matt signed with us, like, hey, he's going to need pass catchers, not only receivers, that's tight ends, that's running back. He's going to need pass catchers that can consistently get open and get to their spot so that when he hits that 5th, that 7th step, they're where they need to be to make catches. And you didn't see that. Like I said, it's week 1. But we gotta, it's like we got a view in on joint practice for a few periods. And our receivers weren't winning. Young boy Elam, he strapped up, made some plays. He looked good, made a couple plays. He looked impressive early. But, it's early on. Obviously, you're not going to show enough game play calling wise. But, Pierce, Pittman, Campbell, like we're going to need a lot from those three guys and the other guys in that receiver room to help Matt Ryan along, because he's not at the point in his career where you can just put anybody out there with him and he's going to make everybody better. So slightly concerned, but actually, kind of expected as well. We still got a lot of time, another month left before our real kickoff. So it's time left, and Reggie's in there working with him. So I'm definitely hopeful. What were your thoughts?
Man, kind of similar, very similar, man. Very early. So again, you don't want to jump to conclusions. Obviously, getting your feet wet out there with some other teams, some other colors on the opposite side. But like you said, definitely gotta step it up on that position room. But you got Weez in there. Weez gonna do his thing. He can get the boys ready to play when it's week one. And I think we're gonna be good. I think we'll be fine. Matt Ryan, a vet, he'll be able to, you get back after the game, you sit in the film room and you kind of go over the good, the bad, what we can improve on, what we did well. So I think we're gonna be good. But on the other side of the ball, man, I kind of like what we saw, what they did out there. Flying around, creating some turnovers. Obviously, not having one of their leaders, Darius Leonard, but I like what I saw first preseason game from the defensive side as well, though.
Yeah, turnover wise for sure, and that was they were up at the top of the league last year. They may have led the league last year in turnovers, or at least top three. Obviously, you mentioned Darius, Shaquille Leonard not being out there, so that's obviously a huge piece. But Isaiah Rodgers, who a young guy, Rodgers Cromartie's Dominique Rodgers Cromartie cousin. He finds a way to get that ball. I feel like every time I watch the Colts, at 34 in the field, somehow, some way, he gonna get that Tate in his hand. He had a fumble recovery, he had a pick this past weekend. So he's a guy that you get him out there, you get him in that mix, he gonna make plays. So excited to see him play ball this year.
And as a D coordinator, when you have a guy like that, like when he gets on the field and he's able to find the ball, I don't care what you do, but you got to find a way to get him on the field. Whether different packages or mixing it up, but you got to have those type of guys on the field for your defense that's able to turn that ball over, get their hands on the ball. So I'm right there with you on that one.
Yeah, he got to. And the young boy Cross too, Nick Cross, 20. He was flying around making plays in the run game, making plays in the pass game. On that first drive, they actually came out. I want to say they had bad eyes on like maybe a first or second play of the game. It was like a play action, and then they hit like a deep 7 or over route, picked up a nice chunk of yards. And then we had a run play. I think Cook broke. It was like a backside contain. So probably like 20, 30 yards, but then it was 4-down territory in the red area, and Cross made 2 plays to keep them putting points on the board. And then, like you said, 4 turnovers, I believe, in the first half. Maybe
that's what you want.
I
don't care who out there on the field. I don't care who's playing.
Create those habits.
When you able to go into the meet room the next day, and you able to put up those turnovers as a defense, that's what you want at all times. So that's a plus for sure.
But yeah, man. But we got 3-4 weeks to get ready. We always start off slow for some reason in our season, so we got to try to change that around in Indy. Pittsburgh, the Steelers game. I seen your guy out there. Mitch looked all right too. George Pickens looked good. Obviously a lot of people been talking about him. You saw the toe tap catch on the sideline in the end zone. He made plays. Mason Rudolph looked all right, but Kenny Pickett. Oh no, that's the guy. You said go with the young boy out there in Pittsburgh. He looked good.
Hey, I did say go with the young boy. I think they're in a great situation. Put it like that. They're in a great situation.
All right, hold on now. A great situation. You sound like me last year talking about San Fran and their quarterback. I wouldn't say Trubisky Rudolph and Pickett. Great situation. Come on, now.
But you didn't let me finish.
Okay, my bad. My
You
bad.
ain't let me
My
finish. So
Brandon
I
Marshall
ain't,
shit.
I ain't
My
coming
bad.
out here saying that, oh, they got the best room in the division or they got
Okay.
the best room in the league. They're in a great decision, being that they have 3 capable quarterbacks that can go out there and lead their team week 1. Obviously, a young boy, we gotta figure out, we gotta see some more. Obviously, we can't, declare him as all-time great.
Yeah, second half of
Yeah. But at the end of the day, though, I feel like you have 3 capable quarterbacks that you can sit back in the film room and you can say, like, well, who we gonna go with, and have a decent shot of being a pretty good team. You know what I mean? So that's where I was kind of going, where I feel like they're in a good situation at the quarterback position.
Yeah, and that's one of the teams also, because we talk about, a lot of people talk about preseason and how it's not needed or not this or can be over reacted to, and all those things can be true. We saw a season go on fine without a preseason, but I still think it's value there, especially when you got teams and you're trying to see, new mechanics, coaches, play calling, personnel all mesh and work together on a real game day experience. So obviously you need that at Pittsburgh, going from, having the same quarterback there for damn near 20 years. And now you got some moving parts there. Obviously down there in Carolina with the quarterback battle with Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. Now Baker Mayfield led the boys out. Went with the ones out the gate, preseason game 1. Did that surprise you at all? And do you see that as an indicator that he's going to be the starter day 1?
Nah,
or nothing?
I don't. It didn't surprise me, being that. And I mean, you can look at this different ways, right? So you can sit back and be like, well, Sam Darnold was there last year. They kind of already know what they have in Sam Darnold as far as, like, his continuity with the starters. Hey, let's throw Baker out here and see what he can do with the starters. You know what I mean? So I kind of got, that thought process on that. Mm-hmm. Or you can kind of, go the other way and say, well, damn, like this kind of says something. Baker Mayfield goes out there with the starters first preseason game. That says a lot too, just being that this is a dress rehearsal. But I would think, this week Sam Darnold will go out there and he'll start the second preseason game, and we will see where it goes from there. See, what I mean? I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be one of them things where, leading up to
I think they gotta make an announcement soon now.
They do have to make an announcement soon, but I think it's going to be very indicative of how Sam Darnold comes out and play in that second preseason game. I think that's going to be huge. And obviously practice reps, we're not seeing all the practice reps that both of these quarterbacks are getting. So obviously that's a huge indicator as well. Yeah, I think it's, it's going to be huge for Sam Darnold to go out and play well in week 2.
Yeah, it's big, and a lot of pressure for him in a preseason game. But that's the case for a lot of these guys in his locker room at this point in the season. And Sam, he fighting for his life right now, because it's starting quarterback life, at least right now, for the near future. He did go with 3 overall. So he'll
Carson Wentz, man, he keep getting. True. Carson Wentz got some lives.
Carson Wentz is a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. It ain't even a question. And Carson, speaking of, Wentz looked good too in his debut and as the Commanders quarterback.
It's not even a question.
Nah, Carson Wentz, Sam, bro. I feel like you be trying to make me disrespect Sam Darnold on this show. I ain't gonna do it though, but I'm just staying firm on Baker Mayfield. I said this from Jay. Hey, that's a clear upgrade when you go from Sam Darnold to Baker Mayfield.
You did say that.
I feel the same way if it's Sam Darnold or Carson Wentz. Come on, man. But Baker Mayfield starting week 1 preseason did surprise me, because he just got there. Training camp is his introduction to this team, to the verbiage, the formations, all that. And obviously you're not going to be doing a exotic on preseason game 1, but for you to say, all right, this guy just got here, we're gonna send him out here to start this preseason off, kind of surprised me. But he'll be starting day 1. Sam, I feel like he's gonna give his best shot And as a coach, you got to make it look like a real competition. Yeah, you got to make it look that way. But I think it's already Baker's team. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see. We definitely gonna see, man. It's gonna be interesting out here though. Zach Wilson going down. Knee injury out 2 to 4 weeks, torn meniscus, man.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, I think it's a setback for the young guy, but hopefully he bounces back, gets healthy and gets back out there, man. But what are your thoughts for the Jets? For the young boy.
That's tough. That's tough for him going down, obviously, because this is it's hard to even say in today's league. But I was about to say this year future. You used to draft the guy 2 overall, like that was you were tied to that guy for the next 5-6 years. But this is who you invested at number 2 pick in. Obviously, he had a rough rookie season. Everybody's raved about his talent. That's why you go number 2 overall. You went and got weapons in this draft and this offseason around him. You already took a big hit in the offensive line, losing one of your starters, Mekhi Becton. You went out and replaced him. But now he's out potentially, for a little over a month. Who knows how long it's going to be till he gets back. But these reps are critical for him, not necessarily the preseason game reps, even though those are important too, but the practice reps, where you have a controlled environment. You can see, him handling blitz packages and 2-minute drills and all these different types of things. So him missing his time is tough. And I think that kind of played into Carson Wentz's season last year too. He missed a lot of preseason time, but Zach Wilson's young. He needs this time more than a lot of guys. So I hate it for him, hate it for the Jets. Obviously, the Jets fans are, really excited about this kid. But I feel like Jets are kind of in the same situation as the Lions, like we talked about last episode. It ain't all about win losses for the Jets this year. It's about improving and competing as a team, as a staff, all these different things. And then next year, some of that rent going to be due. But I hate to see it for Zach Wilson, man. But you got Joe Flacco there, though.
Yeah, you got a vet. You got a vet. I'm going to disagree with you a second time, man. Hey, I get it, but it's about these W and these L's, man. But I get it. It's some part in there where you can kind of say, hey, we're this organization, this team is moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's about them wins, losses, so.
I was watching. Told got to put out another clip of that, man, because I was watching it back. I'm like, damn, AP might be right.
Hey, nah,
if I was just watching this, I might side with AP, but I'm like, I know I had to make some more points on this.
Nah, you made some good points, but I just think at the end of it all, we both know this league is about wins and losses. Like if you can't win in this league, I don't care who you are, quarterback, coach, GM, you out of the door. So I'm not gonna sit here and say like everything that you said was some bull. Nah, you had some very, very valid points that, of course, each year you want to see as a team, you want to see your organization, you want to see your culture in the locker room, you want to see it get better. When you put that product out there, it's continuing to get better. But at the end of the day, if you 7-10 at the end of the year, that's not a good season. If you 6-11 at the end of the season, coming off a 3-14 season, that's still not good.
That's not good. Yeah, I think 7-8 wins for the Jets. That's a good season right there. That's a good season, Robert. So you should get a third year.
He should get a third year regardless. 2 years to have a transition in a coach in a team like the Jets, you should have 4 years for real.
I'm with you, and this and then it kind of goes back to that. That's why I think you should at least give a coach a good 3-4 years. But we done seen we seen what happened with Wilkes out in Arizona. You had a rookie quarterback with Rosen. That wasn't a team that you had go to the end of the season and say, oh, you know what, you won 4 games. Let's get rid of the coach. Let's move on. What was I working with? What did we do? What did I do bad? What did I do well? What can I build on? Et cetera, et cetera. So it's the situation is situational. But yeah,
Hey,
What else we got, man?
Question from G.I. Joe 317. What is harder, sustaining success or bringing a team out of the slumps?
It's a good question.
Great question.
That's a good question. If I had to pick one, I'd say bring the team out the slums. Like because you got to change, man. You got to change you got to change the culture. You know, you got to really create a winning culture, and that's not just the players on the field on Sundays, Thursdays, Mondays. That's how is everything done, from the food to the training room to the equipment room, how you guys do your schedule, all the meetings, all those different things you got to kind of change, and then that gives you because in football, you're just trying to give yourself the best chance to win on Sunday.
Yeah.
Everybody has talented players, talented coaches, the same amount of time in the building, but all those other things matter. So I think trying to put all that together and then having everybody buy in, that's tougher. Once you have that already, now it's about bringing the right players in, bringing the right coaches in to kind of get on board with. Like when I got to Indy, like y'all already had a culture. It was already a winning. It didn't matter what, even though the season before, Peyton was hurt, the record was shitty. That was a winning organization. It was a first-class organization. So you kind of just know what that looks and feels like.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's easier to maintain, even though that is tough too, but that's easier to maintain than bringing, a organization that have struggled for years and years and years out of the slums. What you think?
Man, I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna go sustaining success. Just with the landscape of how the league is now with free agency and like you said, with just new coaches, new GMs, or whatever the case may be, like sustaining success. We've seen a couple of teams, couple of organizations be able to do it. To your point, once you have it, you can fill some holes here or there. But when you go in and year out with that bullseye on your back and being able to come out with 10 plus, 11 plus wins year in and year out, we all know like it's tough to win in the league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It comes down to 2 minutes at the end of the game. So sustaining success for a while, and what do we consider success or sustaining success? Is it like a 5-year run, a 3-year run, 4-year run? But for those organizations that's able to do it for long periods of time, when you got different players coming in and coming out, that's not an easy thing to do. And taking the team out the slums, that's not an easy thing to do either. But I would say sustaining success is tough. It's tough.
Nah, yeah, they definitely both tough. I'm trying to think, and that's why people do so much for these quarterbacks, man. That's why they get paid what they get paid. That's why they know they have that leverage to force their way out at times.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the teams that have had sustained success, it ain't many of them that did it without
a quarterback.
A quarterback being in place for 10, 15 years. So you think about Steelers, Patriots, Colts.
I mean,
what are the teams that are always good?
The Chargers. The Chargers they had a run. The Saints
with Drew Brees were always yeah. So yeah, they ain't shit. When you think about it, ain't too many teams who can kind of sustain that over decades.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of why my thing is like sustaining success. That's tough to do. Where you can have a 3-win season, you in the dumps, and then you can have I guess the next year have a 7-8 game win, and then we out of this thing. You know what I'm saying? We got some room to breathe. You know what I mean? So they both tough though. They both tough.
Yeah, they for sure. Gotta have that culture right too. But let me think. The team's been bad for a long time. The Lions, obviously.
The Browns,
but see, Baker had them in the playoffs a couple years ago.
But I'm just saying, before that, I think that's when the culture started shifting a little bit with Baker. But before Baker, like
they move on.
It was some shit.
Facts. Lions, Browns.
Shit, the Jets been some shit for
Jaguars. And they had remember they had the little stint
They
with
had
Bortles.
They
Well,
did.
it was in the AFC. Was they in the AFC Championship? I think it might have been the AFC Championship. Yeah. All right. Jets.
Yeah, yeah.
Jets. Hey, don't put the Dolphins in there.
Zach say your Dolphins.
Nah, I ain't gonna put the Dolphins. Even though we've been looking for a quarterback, man. We've been looking.
Y'all might have one.
We might have one with Tua.
Might have one.
We might have one. We excited down here too.
Y'all
we
might
excited
have
down
one.
here.
And we will
So
leave
we might
it at
have
that.
one.
Y'all might have one.
It's a big mic, right? Big year. Big year right here. Dolphins plus 450 to win that division too. No, we made our picks already, but
you might go back.
Think about it, man. Everybody on this Bills train, man. And for obvious reasons.
Since we here, we talking about it.
Okay.
We can put our preseason picks as far as who's going to win the division. Right here, we got the AFC East. We both picked the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
The West, we both picked the Chargers. North, you picked the Ravens. I picked the Bengals. And AFC South, we both picked the Colts. So now, it sounds like you got,
Yeah, so we on the same page pretty much.
You might be changing your mind on that AFC
We're on the
East.
same page pretty much, man. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna stick with it for now. I may see if I see a little more. Now preseason 2, let Tyreek Hill come out there and catch. Let him go for 60. One play. That's it. That's all I need to see to him.
That
show me one highlight.
That Jalen Waddle, that Tyreek Hill, though. That's scary.
Hey, you show me one highlight, I might be ready to switch my pick this preseason. But for right now, that's what we're gonna stick with. And for those of you who haven't been tuned in and haven't seen, we've been going through each division, picking a winner, obviously looking at the odds on the sports book, and then also picking their over-unders as well. So that's what we both came out with on the AFC. And on the NFC, we agreed across the board.
This shit crazy, man.
Across the board, man. This is a good sign based on history. History tells us when we agree, we're usually right. So I think the biggest surprises here for a lot of people probably be the NFC East and NFC South. But NFC East, we both picked the Eagles to win it. NFC West, we got the LA Rams to win it back-to-back. NFC North, we have the Green Bay Packers to win. And then the NFC South, we both picked the New Orleans Saints to win it. You still feel confident about your pick?
The only one I might go back and change is that NFC South, maybe.
I think that was right before the Julio signing too.
Yeah. So right I'm tiptoeing between the Saints and the Bucks.
I might change something.
But right now I'm gonna stick with the Saints, man. But to your point, man, past history shows that when we on the same page, good things tend to happen. So
yeah. So Saints, I'm sticking with it for now, even though I am high on this Julio pick. I feel the same way. Me and you were high when Odell, we were high on the pick when Odell signed with the Rams last year. We both were like, hey, that's a weapon. We still think he has that, wide receiver one type ability. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be in a new system. A lot of people thought he was washed. He was done out there in Cleveland with Baker. A lot of people saying the same thing with Julio. Obviously, he was in Tennessee last year with Tannehill and that, run first offense. Also dealing with injuries once again. So and obviously it's a big if at this point in his career. But if Julio can stay healthy and stay on that field, I'm hoping he tap into that TB12 regimen a little bit. But if he can stay on that field, I think that'll be a huge addition for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and maybe even give them the edge over the Saints in that division, because the Saints have had their number in that regular season. At least you got Jameis back, and they got weapons.
Weapons. Mike Thomas back. Got the Rook out of Ohio State.
Chris Olave.
Yep. You got AK. Obviously, we got to see what this is possible. Well, suspension going to be look like.
Yeah, I heard that may go into next year. That was the last report I saw on that, but not sure how accurate that is.
He got
Juice Landry, Jarvis Landry back home. So weapons.
Yeah. And then the defense, we ain't got to really speak on the defense. The defense is what the defense is. You know what I mean? And then adding Tyron, to that crew, to that bunch, man. I like it.
Yeah, it's a lot to like now. New head coach, Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen has been a head coach before, number one. And number two, he's been around the organization, for a while now. And he's obviously been running that defense and will continue to do so. So you got a new head coach there. You also got a new head coach in the division winners from last year with the Bucks, with Todd Bowles getting another chance at running the show. So still some moving parts. And then obviously you got the Panthers and the Falcons, who we don't think will compete to win that division. But shit, who knows?
You never know.
You never know. But as of right now,
I know the Falcons ain't. I do know that. I know that part.
Did you watch that rookie at all? That Desmond Ridder?
I did not.
Okay. He made some plays, made some splash plays. I think Mariota, don't look quite comfortable yet. He looked like he's ready to pull it, tuck and run at any given opportunity right now. And I think he needs to continue to develop as a passer. Everybody knows he can run, especially in the preseason. That's when you want to drop back and really try to throw it. But Ridder may have himself a shot there to play at some point this year. Drake London, their rookie receiver, first rounder, he got banged up. I think he hurt his knee, so he'll be out for a little bit. But yeah, I don't have them competing.
Speaking on
this
rookie
year
quarterbacks, I think one that's probably might be one of the.
Oh shit! Don't try to get Tannehill up out of there.
Hey, you already know where I'm going with this.
I'm trying to get Tannehill.
You already know where I'm going with this. I'm thinking
he made a couple splash plays.
That's what it is. You want to see a spark at that position. Like what you think out there in Tennessee? Are we going to have a quarterback controversy come week 4, week 5? Like what are your thoughts?
Very similar to when we were talking when Jalen Hurts was drafted in Philly and you had Wentz there. And it's like, you know what? It's obviously a lot of room for improvement for Malik. But it's just certain things that he does that you can't coach. And you need that level of you need your quarterback to be dynamic, especially when the games matter the most. That's why San Fran moved on from Jimmy G. There is value in winning for me. There is value in, being able to put your team in the right situation. But then there is a point where you need your quarterback to just elevate. And I think that's what they think they have in Trey Lance. And I think that's what you see in Malik Willis, the ability to do that. Right now, going into week 1, Tannehill's, your better option to win ball games. But I do think at some point in the season, especially if they're not, winning or hitting expectations like they want to, around week 8, week 9, whatever their bye week is, it may be some conversations, internally like, hey, you might need to put this young kid out there. So I already knew where you were going with that one, just because you see, we know what we got in Tannehill. We know what we got there, and they had that 1 seed and then lost at home to the team that went on to eventually represent the AFC. But potential's there with Malik, man. He had Twitter buzzing.
Yeah. But we're gonna see. I think that's something that you keep your eye on throughout the throughout the season, man. And I think it, like you said, it depends on just how Ryan Tannehill, how he comes out, how he plays, and ultimately how the Tennessee Titans, how they play and how they look. If they're out there rolling, they winning, doing what they've done in the past, I think the young boy sits on the bench and he learns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you see some struggles and not looking so good, we definitely can be ready to see the young boy Malik Willis out there and taking charge.
Yeah, for sure. Exciting young, and a lot of people haven't seen him play. I didn't see him play a ton at Liberty. We'll see his highlights, we'll hear his name, but didn't really see him on the big stage. So big learning process, big learning curve for him. I think the more reps he gets, the better. And another one of the winners that we both picked NFC East, the Eagles. Now, a lot of people I feel like have kind of jumped on the Eagles train, and
Just
shit
another one of your teams
for good reason. This is one of my four.
This one of your four.
Yeah, this one of my four, baby. And I've been a Jalen Hurts fan from day one.
Yeah,
from day one. I've been B this. I like this kid. And then you remember that season when he replaced Carson? We talked. I said, going into that week, I said it's gonna be the last week that Hurts is not the starter of this team. And I want to say the following week he went out there and beat the Saints. And they were like 11-point dogs, and I picked them. But I like what I saw from Jalen Hurts preseason game one. Once again, it's a preseason, but it's certain expectations you have for starters or for quarterbacks, and you want to just see exactly what you saw from Jalen Hurts. They added pieces everywhere. Obviously, the receiver room. You got the offensive line is great. The defensive line, you're going to add Jordan Davis. That's your guy.
Yeah.
Bowling ball, butcher knives, whatever you want to call him. Just a big, athletic, strong dude. And then Nakobe Dean on that second level. Man, he looking healthy. He dropped in the draft because people were concerned about his health, but he flying around. You go get Bradbury. Man, they made some moves on both sides of the ball to make themselves legit contenders.
Shout out to them going to get my young boy Jaquaski Tart out there playing that safety position as well. I think that's going to be a good move for them too. But to your point on the defensive side, man, Dean being able to play behind that monster, sideline to sideline. I think, and we probably get redundant on saying this. I know I've said it a few times, but what Philly front office did this offseason.
Yeah.
You got to give them an A+ on that. Bringing, free agency draft, you got to give them an A+. But again, it has to transfer over to the field. And one thing about Jalen Hurts that you said, played well in the preseason and in that quarterback room, I'm pretty sure they focused on a couple things that they wanted to see him do well in this preseason game. Obviously, march the offense down the field, do what you do. But for him, we need to see you get better here. And from coach, it seems like he did that in this first preseason game. So I'm excited, man. I'm on this Philadelphia Eagles bandwagon, man. I'm definitely excited to see them go out there and suit up and get everybody out there and see what they can do this year, man. I'm excited.
There's a lot to be excited for out there. And, a lot of it is going to be on Jalen Hurts. We talked about the quarterback position and how important it is. A lot of it's going to be on him and his development and obviously the coaches around him as well. But you go out and get an A.J. Brown, man, like that helps. We saw what getting Stephon Diggs did for Josh Allen. Like that helps tremendously. And then you got Devontae Smith who can – he could probably be better than A.J. Brown next year. Like he's that type, Heisman winner at the wide receiver position.
Miles Sanders in the backfield.
Miles Sanders, they got to get him more involved. Got to get him more touches, in the red area because he's an explosive weapon. I think this is contract year to Hurts. Dude had 10 touchdowns rushing last year. So any Sunday, he could be the best rusher on the field. So a lot of expectations out there. But neither one of us picked the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are the betting favorites.
I would have picked the Cowboys.
So why did you not pick the Cowboys to win this division? Even though all the sports books still have them as a betting favorite.
Man, I go with history, man. I just go with history and what I've seen, man. And when I say history, it's just. Look at they won the division, but it's just like they don't do anything after that, right? And I just feel as though the other teams, well, especially Philly, they had a vast improvement this offseason. I didn't see that with the Cowboys.
So they closed the gap.
I didn't see that. So I feel like Philly either closed that gap or they jumped ahead of the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, again, we got to see them go out on the field and we got to see them play. But then now with the Cowboys, you're dealing with injuries. You know, you lost Amari Cooper. You know, Zeke, we don't know what type of Zeke we're going to get. You know, defense played well last year. Let's see what type of can they do that another year? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Again, I just think it's a lot more questions with the Dallas Cowboys than it is, okay, well, you solidify this, you solidify that. And that's my reason why I didn't go with the Dallas
Offensive
Cowboys.
line. Yeah, the offensive line. You know, obviously they got good players there. Can they stay healthy? Can they stay intact? You talked about the question marks with Zeke. The defense. I'm really excited about the defense. I love it. It's a lot to love when their defense starting with Parsons, Michael Parsons, obviously Diggs. He got to tighten up on some things, but when you can make the type of plays that he makes on the ball, like that's special, that's rare. And as a defense, they fly around and create turnovers. They added Anthony Barr, longtime linebacker for the Vikings, who's at the tail end of his career, but a big athletic, smart football player in that system. Who got Malik Hooker, who most likely be starting on the back end. Curse, J-Ron Curse.
Yeah, they don't talk about him enough.
They don't. The steps that he's made since coming into, because I watched him at Clemson, and then you saw him early on in his career, and he's just gotten better and better and better every year. Last year, he had a really, really good year. So I'm excited about that team, man. On the defense side of the ball, a lot of question marks on offense, though. Starting with the O-line, you spoke on Zeke. I think they need to get Pollard more involved. Michael Gallup will come back from the ACL injury, but CeeDee Lamb, a lot of people, think hype, gas him up. He's got to be that guy. He's got to be that focal point for that offense. Yeah, then you got Short as well. And that got to make that jump, dog. So we both went with the Eagles. So we'll see how we feel about that going into week 10.
Yeah.
Something like that. But be some good ball, man.
Real good. Sure, man. Let's jump into, we talked about the top 100 list.
They put out 100 through what, 60?
Yeah, we can start off
51
right here. 100, 91 to 100.
Anybody too high, too low? Too low?
The David Montgomery.
Too low?
I think it's a little too low. I think Vaughn should. It's tough. I'm trying to think. I don't know how they do this.
Vaughn kind of started off a little slow last year. Obviously came on late with the Rams.
I think Jimmy Ward
dominated.
Jimmy Ward could be high. They got him listed here as a corner. Obviously, he plays safety, but
Justin Tucker. Shout out to Justin Tucker getting up there. He deserved it.
Anybody too high here, too low? What you think?
We'll see as we continue. I think Kirk Cousins too low. At 99, because it's another quarterback on this list.
Sure, Bob said how. Bob trying to figure out how Kirk made the list.
So I put Kirk higher. I don't know about Kyle Pitts. Honestly, didn't watch enough of him. Production wise, wasn't maybe I know coming into the league he was looking at the best prospect, but it's all right. I ain't gonna argue with them. I got OBJ at 90. Marshawn Lattimore now too low.
Yeah, way too low.
Mac Jones too high. Mac Jones shouldn't be on the list, in my opinion. I think Simmons and Kenny Moore too low on this one. Shout out to Kenny Moore the second. I think this was his debut on the list.
They got 82 Mac Jones on the zone.
And for the people who can't see, got Justin Simmons at 1, Kenny Moore 81. I'm 81, number 81. Kenny Moore 82, Wyatt Teller 83, Woquan Smith 84, Mac Jones.
Shout out Mac Jones.
How he made that. Shaquille Barrett 86, Denzel Ward 87, Jonathan Allen 88. I think he's too low. Marshawn Lattimore 89, definitely too low. And then Odell Beckham at 90. Not mad at that position because of his late rise, I guess.
Man,
And
here we
then,
go. We got 71 through 80. 71, we got Jason Kelsey. 72, Quadre Diggs.
shout out Diggs, back to back.
Yep.
Deserved.
73, Cordero Patterson. 74, Demario Davis. 75, Antoine Winfield Jr. 76, Brian Burns. 77, Darius Slay.
Too low.
Trey Hendrickson. 79, Rashawn Slater. And 80, James Conner.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Darius Slay too low on this one. Darius Slay top 50 easy, and I think Lattimore should be top 50 as well. But
Wonder how they do this. Is it like a certain amount of positions?
Good
Like,
question.
like I want to know, like, what's the criteria? Because I know all players not voting here. My 14, I probably voted twice. So I'm just trying to figure out how.
I feel like I only did like the top 10, maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how they tally up these top 100.
Yeah,
Position wise and everything.
Who knows? Russell Wilson 61 too high. Based off of last year. Based off last year's play, which I'm thinking these rankings are supposed to be. We got Russell Wilson at 61, Chandler Jones 62, Jalen Waddle 63, Devin White, Derek Carr, DeForest Buckner, Buda Baker, Zach Martin, Cameron Jordan, and Tyrann Mathieu at 70. Any thoughts on those 10?
I don't know. I don't know why Chandler don't be getting the love. I definitely think Chandler could. Well,
He could be a lot higher.
I think I'm not gonna say a lot higher, but I think he could be higher.
Okay.
Trying to see who else. I think
shout out Boot on the top 100 again.
No doubt. I
know a lot of people said Zach Martin was too high. Well, too low. Should be higher on the list. But who we got? Corey Linsley ball last year. Max Crosby at 69 and 50, 58, 57. Waller, Kyler Murray. But Waller, nice. X Howard, 56. Patino, 55. X Howard, too low.
That's too low.
Way too low for X Man. Jeffrey Simmons, 54, way too low.
Yeah.
Mike Evans, 53. And then Matthew Judon out in New England, he's at 52. And then AK Alvin Kamara at 51. And shit, based on how the NFL did it, they might drop the last 50 tonight.
Man, I don't know what that was.
But yeah, man. So yeah, it's a good pick. We thought it's a lot of people we looked on there, obviously think too low, too high, but it's an honor from your peers to be voted amongst the top 100 in the league. What is it? Still 1696. 1,696 players. So top 100. That's it's an honor. It's an honor. So shout out to all these guys that made it, man. That's special. Every year you can make one of these lists.
Man,
we got your video too. Your the Howard commercial, man. Speaking of special.
Man, let the people see, man. Hey, y'all might get some goosebumps, man. I don't know, man. Every time I see and I listen, man, I get goosebumps, man. That HBCU life, man, it's a little different.
Let's see. Shit was hard. Let me see one more time. What you had on your feet, man?
Man, I had them Travis Scott. Yeah, man. That was That was dope, man. That was a good time.
That
Good
was
time.
something about that beat. It's something about that band, man. Once you hear that band crank up. Oh yeah, that was the I don't know what that pass. I don't know what that I
Man,
don't know where he was going with that pass,
how
Joe.
was that Patrick Mahomes sidearm? You know what I'm saying? DN coming off the edge, the sidearm.
Oh no. It's clean though, man. That joke was hard. The
Man, it
commercial
was
was
the
hard for
suit,
sure.
the suit too, man. Having the jacket on, I couldn't really get my full range of motion. You feel me?
Okay, that's what it was. He probably didn't want to crease the J's, did the, it was that was dope though, man.
Yeah.
That was hard. Just make sure I get, 11 and a half, man. I just need
You
one
good.
pair.
You good. Same
Yeah.
shoe size and everything. So you be Gucci.
Perfect. Say less. Anything else we got, man, before we get up out of here?
Get out of here, man. It's a story. Obviously, the Broncos, new ownership. Shout out to that diverse ownership group, man, and what they doing there. But this story, as far as John Elway in 1998 turned down 20% ownership of the Denver Broncos for $36 million. Today, that stake would have been worth $930 million.
Jeez, 20%. So what? So is that? So that was they were trying to give him 20 instead of paying him his salary. I'm assuming.
So I'm assuming that that 20% would have been part of the negotiation. So I'm not sure what that number would have been as far as contract wise, but that 20% was in the contract negotiation. So like, hey, we'll give you 20%, but the number will probably come down on the number a little bit.
Yeah.
He was like, nah, I want that. I want the bread.
Woo! And I know I don't want to assume, my pockets, but he probably wasn't hurting for it. 20%, that's hard to turn down, even before 20. Remember, Magic Johnson had a similar situation with Nike. Phil Knight was trying to sign him. He ended up going with Converse, I think, instead of getting the equity. Woo, 20? Man, that's crazy. Like you said, shout out to the Broncos and their new diverse ownership group.
Yeah.
Even my guy Sir Lewis Hamilton got in on it as well. But 98, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
20%.
Damn. Woo. 900. Well, was it? They said 930 million.
You had to go back.
Damn.
That's crazy.
But hey,
you live and you learn, I guess.
You. Somebody said that in the comments. That's true. That's true.
Man, you live and you learn. It's some lessons, a little more expensive than others. It'd be like that sometimes. Yeah. But I think Elway's pretty.
He's good.
I think he's solid. Yeah. He's solid right now, man. But live and you learn. Man, 98. Hey. Yeah, somebody said we owe. Yeah, 30 years ago. I saw somebody put this up. They said 30. When somebody say 30 years ago, a lot of us, our mind just go back to like 1970s, 80s, baby. 30 years ago was 92. That's crazy, bro.
Crazy. Time flies, man. Y'all getting old out here.
We seasoned, man. Seasoned.
Y'all getting old. But
we say y'all getting old.
Yeah, but hey, as always, man, we appreciate y'all tapping in with the pod. Y'all definitely go over there, man. Y'all check out Pat and the boys, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all have a great week.
I'm actually jumping on an hour and a half. I'll be on the board. I'm got an F1 podcast I'm doing today too.
Okay. Now get it going.
F1. Yeah. Man, I can't wait till this fall, man. These Sundays, man, I'm gonna have qualifying F1 on Saturdays.
Okay.
And then Sunday morning, I got the Grand Prix, which most of them take place at 9 in the morning. So then it's going to be from 9 to 11, be my Grand Prix. And then football from 1 on after that. Like, Sundays ain't going to be able to get much better than that, man. Yes, sir.
Sunday.
I can't wait. But, yeah, man, I see y'all later on Pat Show, and then I see y'all here Thursday with my guy, AB, we'll be back in the building.
Peace.
We gone. I gotta hear that beat one more time. Hold on. Hey, them Letterman jackets hard too. You got one of them?
Yeah, you know I do.
I don't think I do. I have a Connecticut Letterman. If I do, I don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
Damn. Gotta find that. All right, man. We out of here.
All right.
All right. See y'all Thursday.
Peace.